recently I was at the DC Pen Show, and I tell you, man, I plan on going back next year. I had so much fun. I met so many cool people. And one of the cool people that I met was Jerry, who works the Laban table. And I've met him in the past, but that was like 2 years ago, so I wouldn't expect him to remember me. But by the time that the DC Pen Show is over, he gave me a hug. Yeah, such a nice guy. But I also got to meet some other cool people, including the people who run Goldspot pens, which is Kiran and Sal. And they are so nice. I had so much fun meeting them. And Kiran, she's like, come here, let's go over to the Laban table. I want you to pick out a pen so you can review it. Goldspot does carry a lot of the Laban pens. I've got a couple of Laban pens. In fact, I bought a Laban pen from Goldspot. So I was like, yeah, sure, okay, let's go. So Kiran, she was so kind that she's like, pick out a pen. I'd like you to review it. I was like, okay. So of course I had a lot of trouble picking out a pen because there's so many beautiful Laban pens. And I ended up picking out the Laban Galileo, which comes in this box. So they've recently redesigned their box, and it's actually very nice. It's very classy. And so I got the Galileo pen, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. So the box, it slides out like a drawer. Inside the box, it appears to come with what appears to be a bookmark. That's cool. And the pen itself. I'll take the pen out. Underneath this false bottom, take that off, there is a little brochure. And it's the international guarantee, and it has some directions of how to fill your pen and all that stuff. So that's cool. I like that they include that stuff for people. I like to see that it has a warranty just in case anything were to go wrong with this pen. I really appreciate that. So let's look at the Laban Galileo. So yes, it is after the Galileo. So we're talking about Galileo, who is likely the most famous astronomer to ever live. According to my son, he's very smart, he discovered the rings of Saturn. Not my son, but Galileo did. And so this pen is after Galileo, or inspired by Galileo, or in honor of Galileo. And so this is the pen that jumped out at me. And I was like, yeah, that's the one. And what it is, it has like a metallic skeleton-like overlay over a resin body and cap. And what we have underneath here, it's like the rose gold portion is gears. And then the silver on top of that is, I'm not really sure what it is, but it looks really cool together. So I'm also a big fan of, silver and rose gold together. And, to have the black background behind that, I think it looks awesome. Let's take this apart. Let's check out that nib. It does have a steel nib. And this is a medium nib. So it pretty much has a Laban, the Laban logo on there. The only gripe I have is I really wish that either the nib was just completely silver, or that instead of the yellow gold, they would have put some sort of rose gold finish on it, because I think that would have made this pen look really complete, as the whole thing. But I mean, I'm not gonna gripe about it. All the other Laban pens I have this same type of nib, and it's a nice big number 6 nib. I like that. Has a plastic feed. So this pen is also a cartridge converter system. So it does have a converter in there. I didn't see any cartridges in the box, but that's okay. I don't use them. I end up throwing them in like this little box I have in my cabinet. Well, the material just told us it's very nice and light. You would think with all the metal on it, it would be like this really heavy pen, but it's actually not. It's actually very nice and light. Let's see if this pen posts. It does. It posts right over that silver part of the pen back here, so that's nice. So here it is posted. It actually feels pretty good. It's not super heavy. It's got a nice weight to it. It's just, wow, what an attractive pen. I mean, you know, the only thing I could possibly ink this up with, it's got to be a black ink. It has to be black, you know. I couldn't, I mean, I could probably do like a red or something else, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with black. I've got to. The clip is really interesting. It looks like the handle to like a pitcher or something. That's what I'm seeing, but clip's a little stiff. That's okay, but I like how it has this little part of the clip that comes out so you could easily clip that to whatever you need to clip it to. You know, your pen case, whatever. Now, let me put this back together. The finial has an L for Laban, so that's nice. I also noticed on the clip it's got another L for Laban, so it's nice and classy. They don't have their names splashed all over the place on this pen, so keep it classy. I appreciate that. Well, I guess the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this beautiful pen up, and let's see how she writes. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at the Laban Galileo fountain pen. It's a very nice pen. It's gorgeous. I really like it. I know they have this version. It has a white resin for the background, but they also have some really gorgeous Laban skeleton pens I'd like to get my hands on. And, you know, actually the nib writes pretty good, but man, it's quite gorgeous. I mean, and for the price isn't horrible, you know, for the type of pen you're getting. It is, the MSRP is $265. I've seen it on Goldspot's website for $211.95. So for around 200 bucks, you get a really good looking pen and a decent steel nib, you know, which that's fine with me. But I like it. I recommend it. It's a great looking pen. You know, the metal parts doesn't bother me at all. I mean, it's nice. So go check out Laban pens over at goldspot.com. Also, be sure to use, there's a coupon code you can use, and it's a super easy code. And I'm totally taking this from my friend Penboy Roy. If you put in the coupon code ROY, R-O-Y, you'll get 10% off. Also, if you put in the notes section Fire Tom, you'll probably get a special sticker for that. So, because everybody's trying to get Tom fired, right? Also, I got to meet Tom in DC. So nice. It's just so nice to be able to meet friends that you've been in contact with for so long, but they live like on the East Coast and I don't live there. And it's just nice to finally get to shake somebody's hand, you know. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm not gonna make this a sentimental video, okay? So, Well, I hope you learned something about Laban pens. And they are available at Goldspot. So there you go. All right. I guess that's all I got to say about it. It's gorgeous. And that's how the ink flows.